All right, guys, so make sure you have the note page that says percents and also percent practice because we are going to go over both of these. So make sure you have both papers in front of you. So a percent is something that you see on a daily basis. You see it on your phone. You see it if you go shopping. You see it when a YouTube video isn't loading, right? It's a percentage. And a percent, think about, hopefully you're thinking, what is the highest percentage you can charge your phone to? Hopefully you're saying 100 because a percent is out of 100. So a percent, so PER is per 100. Okay, so it's per every 100, all right? And again, you'll see it in your phone battery, 50% off, 24% loading. There are different examples of a percent. Now, how we're going to use it in math is through different representations, okay? So you're going to see a griddable just like in example 1. So this here is out of 100. I can tell that because if I count all of these little squares, it's out of 100. So I don't need to do any other math other than, okay, well, how many squares are shaded in? So I'm going to count. Hopefully you've counted all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. And I'm going to count, and it's actually going to be 73%. 73% of these little squares are shaded in. So that's 73%. What is 73 out of 100? That's, remember, a percent is out of 100. We'll see this tomorrow again. So just keep that in mind because you will see this tomorrow. Okay, so decimal is still point or 73 hundredths. Okay, that 3 is in the hundredths place, just like how the hundredths place is right here. It's the same thing. It's 73%. A 73 is out of 100. All right. Example 2 wants us to model 70% in their bar graph below. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sections. So 100 divided by 10 sections equals 10% for each section. Okay, so that means every bar is 10%. Well, we should know how to count by tens, right? So if I'm going to count by tens, that means this is 10. So this is 10%. Now we're at 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, I didn't mean to write 50. This is 50, 60, and then 70%. I did it again. 70%. That total there is 70%. Okay. I'm left over with 30% because 30% wasn't used. So this whole thing here is 10%. Okay. Because it's going by 10. So again, this is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. 10 times 7, 70%. That's another way you can use that, using multiplication. All right, this next one down here, just by looking at it, right, I want you just to look at it and see, does it look the same as example 1? Hopefully you're telling me, no, Miss Martinez, it doesn't look the same, because it doesn't look the same. It is not 100 boxes. Now it's a less amount of boxes, so let's count how many boxes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So there are 40. I'll write with a different color. There are 40 total. Okay? So it's always, I'm going to redo this. It's always going to be, when you see that something like this, put total over shaded. Okay, how many total did we have? We had 40. Let me write that a little bit smaller. We had 40 total. Okay, And now how many total are now shaded? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 are shaded. Okay. Now, this isn't really a percent yet, okay? Remember, a percent is out of 100. I can't make this out of 100 just yet. So let's treat this like a fraction, because it is a fraction. It's shaded over total. It's part over a whole. Let's simplify. So I'm going to simplify. Hopefully you're telling me by 8 to get 1 over 5. Is that a fraction? No, it's not a fraction yet. We have to make it equivalent. So 1 over 5 is equal to 100. We have to make it equal to 100, okay? Now, you could use bat and ball, right? You could do 1 times 100 and divide by 5. But I see a relationship that I can use that might make my math just a little bit easier. So hopefully you can see that we can get from 5 to 100 by doing times 20. If I multiply by 20 on the bottom, what am I going to do to the top? Times 20. So what is 1 times 20? It is 20. So that means my answer here is what percent of the model is shaded? 20% of the model is shaded. Okay? I know that might seem a little different, right? There's another way you could also do this. So when I get this 1/5, I could do top in, bottom out. So I could do 1 goes in, 5 goes out. Can 5 go into 1? No, it can't. I add a 0. How many times can 5 go into 10? Well, 2 times. What's 2 times 5? 10, 0. Okay, so I get 0.2 or 1, 2. This could also be 20%. So I just showed you technically 3 ways, because you could have done bat and ball here, or you could have just done top in, bottom out. Whichever way makes the most sense to you is the best way that I want you to work it. Okay, so let's go into the practice problems now. What I want you to do for the practice is I want you to try to attempt it by yourself first, okay? And then come back and check with me. So I want you to pause the video, okay? Then try it on your own. And then if you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, come back and look at this video. Okay. So hopefully I'm assuming that you went and looked and tried it on your own. If not, okay, let's do this. All right. So let's go ahead. Remember, I'm going to write S over T because it's shaded over total. So I'm going to count my total. I'm going to count my total, and my total is actually 60 over my shaded is 36. Remember, my next step is now to simplify. So I'm going to simplify by 3. And I'm going to get 12 over 20. I'm going to make 12 over 20 equivalent to 100. And again, just like last time, you can do bat and ball here. You can do 12 times 100 divided by 20. But again, I see a relationship that I want to use, and I'm going to use it to make my life a little easier. Because how can I get from 20 to 100? Well, that's just times 5. So 12 times 5 is 60. So that means that 60% is shaded. So again, 60% is shaded. All right, let's go on to the second one. So I'm going to, again, count, right, how many total I have. So shaded over total. My shaded is 20 over 100. So I should already know that the answer is 20%, okay? Because a percent is out of 100. Remember, repeat that. Percent is out of 100. So I can eliminate answer choice B. I can eliminate answer choice C. Sorry. So we're left with 2 of these answer choices. Now, both of them say 2 over 10, 0.2, and 20%. So let's go ahead and let's simplify 20 over 100. Well, I know I can simplify this by 10, which would get me the 2 over 10. Okay, well, that doesn't eliminate anything. So let's go to the decimal now. What place value is this 2 going to be in? Well, it tells me in the tens place. So that is just the 2 should be in the behind the decimal. So which one has the 2 behind the decimal? Not D, it has a 0. So it is A. So D is wrong. Okay. Which diagram represents 75% shaded? Guys, I'm going to say, if you know your quarters and stuff like that, this is going to make it a lot easier. But if you don't, just again, do shaded over total. So how many are shaded? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over 4. Well, that equals 1, which equals 100%. So that is wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to the next one, right? How many are shaded? So 4 over 8. I can simplify 4 over 8 to 1 over 2, which would be 50%. So that's wrong. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 out of 5. If I make that equivalent to 100 times 20 times 20, that is 80%. That is not correct. So this next one, how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3 over 4. Okay, how can I get from 4 to 100? Times 25 times 25. So this one is 75. So that would be D. All right, last but not least, model 40% on the bar graph or on the bar diagram below. This is just like this one right here, guys, example number 2. It's shaded in groups of, let's look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10%, 10%, 10%. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 40%. Okay. So that is percents. So hopefully if there's anything that you need help in, please make sure that you go over it and you try to redo it. I will say that there are a little bit of different ones on the assignment that I have posted. So again, just make sure like it's shaded over how many, and make sure you're working through them and deciding on which ones make the most sense to you. Okay. When I come back again, my challenge to you is for you to remember what is a percent and what is a percent out of. When I'm asking for less than 50% on the assignment, guys, I want numbers smaller than 50%, okay? Between 50 and 100, I want y'all to try your best. Make them equal, just like how we did here. Make a proportion, make a fraction, simplify it if you can, okay? And then make it equal to 100, because a percent is always out of 100. Once you got that, you'll be able to be successful with the rest of this. Again, not that. Again, make sure you work on this, okay? The assignment that I have posted in Google Classroom, it is a grade. So make sure that you work on it, because when I come back, again, my expectation is that you've understood this, because you can rewatch this video multiple times, that you've understood this and that you're good to go. All right, go ahead and get started on that assignment.